What's up? Episode 19 and out of
comment section.
What? Ooh, that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
Whoa. Look at how like over.
Don't rattle the mic.
I guess can't rock it that hard.
It's not that time yet.
Oh. So episode 19 of the comment section, but it's just us two, Jess. It's just me. Just me.
Dia's out there.
She out there for real.
Sunbathing in the middle
St.
of
Louis.
Doing nothing.
How much sunbathing can you do in St. Louis?
Not much.
Not much, right? But I mean, she is very light for what it's worth. So any sun that she gets.
She needs a little as much melanin as she can.
Speaking of melanin, light skin back. What up, though?
He's in the building.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be. We invite him all the time to be a part of us, but he's not with being associated with.
He's too cool for school.
Those who don't pass the brown paper bag test
stop banging.
I gotta stop banging on the dime ceiling. I'm sorry. It kind of overexposes us. Woo!
There we go.
That's the sound of success.
He got scared over there.
Damn, where were you? Newark? The gunshots. So tonight we have a fun topic, but before we start off, if you have been under a rock or whatever, obviously the United Airlines thing has been going down. I will give you a very, very, very brief synopsis. Mm-hmm. A doctor named damn, are you gonna pour me up? God,
I thought you was drinking yours.
Wow, Just.
I got you.
You know, you learned last week because you poured our guest last week first, and now like you were just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna pour myself. Am I not a lady?
I thought you got a bottle bigger than this one sitting right there. I thought
but you were like, I said, which one do you want to pour? Because I made sure to bring you, your pink lemonade.
We're not gonna show the label.
No, we're not. Although that's kind of all over the place.
We're gonna put that just like that.
We're gonna do that kind of real quick.
We're just gonna take it off the camera.
Yeah, but you like this, so I brought this because I know I drink one. I didn't want us to have two separate bottles. We are one, like Frankie Beverly and Mays.
Frank and Mays.
Frankie Mays and Beverly.
That's on the Addams Family. Frank and Mays.
So so we didn't pop that because you tried to insult my joint again, but it's not as bad as the
that box liquor that you bought last time.
It wasn't box. It was Pitbull.
Like it's we in the bottom of the hood.
I didn't get the memo that both of you were bringing what you were bringing.
I'm just saying you can't bring box wine.
It wasn't
ever.
Box.
If it got a screw top, that's box wine. It's all in the same family.
In my defense, I didn't know it was a screw top until I removed the foil. Thank you very much.
If it costs $3.99,
it didn't cost $3.99. It's a screw top.
That's all you need to know.
P.S. Might I add that Preach really liked it. He kept on coming back for more. He passed up.
He did. He talked about it all
night
show,
long.
But he was tearing that bottle up.
What?
I noticed it on the low. And was drunk at the end.
Yeah, he was. He was like, yeah, but this thing is hitting. That Haitian know.
That's what cheap liquor does. It hits you on the spot, and you'll feel it the next morning too.
I'm sure he did. But anywho, back to the United Airlines thing, right? The video went viral. Basically, United Airlines overbooked a flight, and they asked for volunteers to come off of the flight. Except they kind of got the definition of volunteers a little fucked up.
They put the pause on them.
Because they dragged this doctor off who didn't want to leave because he was a doctor who wanted to get back to his patients. And so they dragged him out. He was bloody. It was really shocking. It was
his face smacked that chair.
It was
when they dragged him out.
Bananas. It was absolutely bananas. So obviously all the outrage occurred and the internet's responded. The CEO didn't quite send out an apology at first, and then sent out this morning an email came out, right? Basically saying to his staff that he agreed with the way that his suitors, for lack of a better word, handled the situation by dragging the man out of his chair and so on and so forth. My question to you is, who trains United Airlines staff?
The NYPD.
Oh my God, I was going to say police.
The police trained them.
The police trained them.
If they're getting beat up,
like
if
that,
an innocent person is getting beat up, for no reason, the police probably trained them.
Can I add also, if they're anything like not brown, remember the episode of Family Guy where Peter got to go through the checkpoint and they hold up the shade, like the paint shades next to him, but he passes. He's okay on the okay spectrum.
Yeah, of course.
That's kind of
the color shade.
Oh yeah, we all know that. See, light skin would be okay. Look, he's checking his arm right now. He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm still good.
Oh no, his hair might be too curly.
I don't know. He could straighten that out though.
They might have to question him.
You would be taking it for questioning, but nothing would happen to you. Like, no one's shoving anything up
He
you.
look a little. He might pass the color test, but he looks a little ethnic.
He could shave down the Beanie Siegel beard a little bit. He could definitely pass. Oh, he's a passer. So I also want to D is not here this week. Like we said, she's in St. Louis. But
D got music.
On
social media.
Come on,
I'm looking out for you, D.
So what else are you gonna say?
Her nickname is Got D.
And we don't have the D this week. Hey.
No, the D is always here.
Okay. All right.
She is missing. That's it. The D is never missing.
So D is missing, but she said her response would have been the KKK. So the KKK trains the United.
But that guy was Asian. So I don't know.
Right. So he's not.
And my bigger question
is,
if the guy was black,
he would have probably
would they have cared as much? And would the head of United have sent out that message?
Who's the they? The internet or
everybody?
Just the CEO.
Everybody.
Would he still have been a doctor?
Well, that's a whole nother conversation. There's black doctors.
No
so
shit.
I don't know.
But I mean, my doctor's black.
Yeah,
my doctor is black.
I can't tell you if he would have been a doctor or not. I just know what people have reacted like.
Right, but this man was an Asian doctor. So if he's a doctor trying to get back to his patients, this opens up a new realm, right? If he was a guy trying to get back to his Chinese restaurant, maybe not so much, right?
Pow, 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 pow.
Maybe not so
Shots fired.
No. But what I'm saying is, if you are of a certain caliber, it opens up a different lane. So if he was a black doctor,
that's called classism.
It is, and we live in America.
I don't believe in classism. I don't. I think I treat everybody the same way.
That doesn't mean that you don't believe in it or don't.
No, I don't believe in it.
You don't think it exists, because believing in something means you do not think it exists. So you need to be clear.
No, that's not true. That's not true. You can believe in something. I mean, you can not believe in something, but know that it exists.
Santa Claus.
I don't believe in racism, but I know it exists.
You don't believe racism is right, but you know it exists.
It's all the same. You're saying the same thing. You're just trying to word it different. I didn't say it'd be different if I said I didn't believe that classism exists. I didn't say that. I said I don't believe in it. When you don't believe in something, that just means you don't follow it.
Right.
You don't practice it.
Right. It can mean you don't practice it, but what the fuck? Wait, what? I'm sorry. I'm distracted because I see Sesame Street.
Man. Let you up in that man business. That man business.
I mean, it's right in my line of vision for what it's worth.
People don't know what he's doing.
I do. Now they do. But anywho.
So you get sidetracked. Stay focused.
Focus, man. So anyway, you don't treat people as if they're below you.
No. And it's so funny because I used to work at this company. I almost want to say their name, but I'm not going to blast them like that.
Okay.
But there's people. I remember I used to talk to executives. I used to talk to on-air personalities. And I used to talk to janitors. Everybody, all the same way. And I always remember this one time I walked in the office, and it was like it was like a TV executive or whatever.
Okay. Was it this place where we met?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he was opening the door for me. And I'm like, the janitor's coming in. Like, he's coming behind me to come into the office to clean up.
Right.
So I'm like, nah, let him go.
Right.
He clearly has
mad
stuff in his hand.
In his hands, yeah.
And then I see the janitor every day.
Yeah.
So every time I see him, I would always talk to him, have like a little conversation with him, whatever.
Right.
So the guy who opened the door for me, he saw that. And the first thing he said to me once the guy went through was like, "Oh, you talked to him?" Ugh. And my thing was like, why wouldn't I talk to him?
Right.
Is he not human like everybody else? Does he not do everything that we do?
He probably has rubbed his genitalia all over that man's desk a number of times after that. If he heard,
people just get too caught up in their titles.
It's too much.
Jobs.
It does.
I'm just not one of those people. I don't even tell people what I do. I never tell people.
You
what
really
I do.
don't. You're very secret squirrel about
my own woman barely
everything.
knows what I do.
Yeah, sounds
people
about right.
ask her, and she be like, I don't know.
I got a Chanel bag.
But I like it like that.
For my birthday.
She did get a Chanel bag
for
her
birthday. He put it on
birthday.
the grab. That's why I know.
She did get a Chanel. She better be very happy. Because those Chanel bags are the prices of cars.
Yeah, facts.
Like,
Factorino. That's a down payment. Easy.
Right.
And then some.
Right. It could be it's a legit down payment on a car, or depending what kind of car you got, it could be a car.
Yeah. Well, you know what's so funny? Someone said to me not so long ago, can you also refill me up, please? Someone said to me, wow, just on the shampoo, thanks. Someone said to me the other day, like, oh, be careful of my purse. It costs, X amount. And I was like, wait, but you don't. That sounds to me like a down payment. Depending on the car, it sounds to me like a decent down payment on a car. Mm-hmm. But why you just got the purse and not the car? That was my question.
That's true.
But to me,
people's priorities be backwards.
People look. I do my own thing. You do your own. Everybody does their own thing, and people prioritize according to what they want to do. But to me, it doesn't necessarily make sense to have a purse that costs $2,000 over a down payment for a vehicle.
You got a $2,000 purse in a metro car. Backwards. There's a lot of that in New York City. Pew, pew, pew. There's a lot of that in New York City. It's a lot of stunting.
Stunt 101.
And it's not what you think. It's all a show. It's all a facade.
So speaking of United,
back to the classism.
Yes.
I just can't stand people that do that.
Yeah, no, me neither. I don't. I feel the same way you do.
Because you could be up today, and you could be down tomorrow.
Why?
And they always say the same people you see going up is the same people you see when you going down. So people need to remember that. But some people think that they'll never come down, and that's the problem. That's
exactly the problem. And you know what? You just leave people. Look, I would like to say an old Jamaican proverb, but if you know the song, you could DM us. You could at us. Leave people business alone. Leave people business and mind your own. That's how it goes. So anyway. Second thing, speaking of United, I think this is kind of befitting for our moment in Black history. If you can guess it, are we ready? I hope this is the right clip. I think it is. Ready, light skin? He getting us ready. Oh, it's so low.
Turn your volume up.
Yeah, it's not the right clip. Sorry, guys.
Good job.
I fucked it up. I had it queued up and then I didn't. Wait.
And this, my friend, is what we call dropping the ball.
Oh, how many drop balls? How many drop balls you know about, Home Slice? How many drop balls? Do you actually have that sound bite, light skin?
We need it for every time you drop the ball.
Every time you now you get at it. Here we go. This is what I wanted.
Sir, my message is simple. Naggers, Jews, homosexuals, Mexicans, Arabs, and all kinds of different chanks stink, and I hate it.
Well, do we need to wheel it tune, or do you have it?
No, we know that.
We know it's very easy.
That's that good old Chappelle show.
That's very good old Chappelle show. The Clayton Bigsby skit.
Clayton Bigsby.
Yes. But I thought it was pretty appropriate considering.
That scene is so classic.
It's one of the best things he's ever done.
It is.
Have you seen his new Netflix special?
I did.
Both of them.
I saw both of them. One was funnier than the other.
The second one was funnier than the other one.
I think the first one is funnier.
Really? The one where he's in LA? I thought the one where he was in Texas is funnier.
Which is the one where he's in the bigger arena?
They both looked about the same size. Was the audience like closer to him?
Yeah, the audience is closer to him.
That was the LA, and he had the C on his.
Yeah, that one wasn't as funny as the
one with the C on his jacket.
I don't remember what the man was wearing.
Okay, I can just pull it up.
I just know one was funnier than the other.
I think the Texas one was funnier. In the Texas one, he was talking about his sons and taking the bite out of the sandwiches and stuff like that. The first one, he was kind of more like he was talking about the Mike Tyson.
One of them I fell asleep on.
The first one he was talking about, the LA one was the Mike Tyson.
The one where he kept talking about, and this is the third time I met O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson, not Mike Tyson. O.J. Simpson.
That was the first.
That was the first one. That was the one where he's in LA. No, the second one was funnier.
Then I think I fell asleep through the second one. One of them I fell asleep halfway through. One. So how you gonna say it's funnier?
Because I fell asleep on the first one. The first one was the one you're talking about.
You should have watched the whole thing.
I did. I went back and I watched it.
You said you fell asleep.
I did the initial time.
All right. The O.J. Simpson thing was funny. It was funny in a sense where it was funny but wasn't supposed to be funny.
No,
like he was just using
it was funny because we know what happened. Wow, right? Because that's the way he set it up, right?
Right. That was good comedic strategy.
Right. I mean, look, no matter what, Dave Chappelle is always gonna be funny. He's one of the best to ever do it. He's a legend. But I just, in my opinion, the one in Texas was funnier.
I don't know.
You don't know, whatever.
I can't. I know which one. The one with OJ is funny. I don't know if that's L.A. or Texas.
That was. I'm telling you, that was the L.A. one.
Then I think L.A. was funnier.
Okay. Meh. I'm right. You're wrong. So go ahead with your topic. Don't look at me like that. Why you give me that look?
Today's topic. What are we gonna talk about today? Today's topic is gonna be biggest turnoffs. That's a crucial topic.
In what? In like dating and relationships, in life, and what? Because you were pretty open.
Not in life. I mean, well, dating and relationships is part of life.
Well, yeah.
But that's what I'm talking about. In dating, in relationships, that's all.
What's your absolute
all in the same
biggest turn off?
Hygiene.
Facts.
Bad hygiene is the ultimate biggest turn off.
I think we're very much on the same wavelength on that, because we've said several times now on this podcast that we like. I don't know about D, because D's like, she likes a little adobo. She's like a little sazon.
D says she like it when it's a little musty. She like a little funk.
Like he could come back and play a full on tackle football, full court press.
Just how she likes it. She likes it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, baby, I like it raw.
This will be the point of the podcast where she will scold us for laughing.
She gets mad every time we crack jokes and laugh at her. She gets mad.
No, but sometimes we're not even cracking jokes on her.
It's not on her. It's stuff she's saying
that leads us down a path.
Right.
And then we just go and like, this is definitely that point. But yeah, she says she like a little sazon, which we can't be mad at. I mean,
hey, to each his own. If you like it with a little extra sauce, you like a little funk on your meatballs. Hey. It's your world, baby. It's your world.
You ain't sending a plate back when there's a little hair in your food.
She might ask for extras. Can you double that for me, please? Give a little extra meatballs.
Excuse me, there's not enough ball in this meat.
But she likes that.
But you and I have said, we say all that shit to say, you and I have both said that we like to run in the shower, make sure we are squeaky clean before we jump into anything.
Got to.
Yeah, that's
I
definitely.
I don't feel right if I feel funky.
Yeah, if I feel like, even if I've been just out all day and it hasn't really like, I need to shower. And I'm a 2-a-day shower anyway, like morning and night.
I just never wanted that tag on me.
Yeah.
Like, because when you have that tag on you as being the person that stinks or the person that's a little funky,
it
you
doesn't
will
go anywhere.
Never, ever.
You can't shake it.
You can't. It's with you forever. I know a girl right now who used to stink a little bit in junior high school. And I haven't seen her. I haven't seen her since high school.
Okay.
But anytime somebody ever brings up her name, that's attached to it. And I'm pretty sure she doesn't stink anymore. Maybe she does, but I don't know.
You said you haven't seen her since high school.
Yeah, I haven't seen her since then. But obviously, junior high school girls are going through their bodies changing. It could have been one of those awkward things. Maybe she grew out of it. Maybe when they joked on her enough, it could have. Because I didn't smell her in high school. She didn't stink in high school, but she smelled a little funky in junior high school. So maybe she grew out of it.
You said I didn't smell her, and I didn't go up to her and was like
I didn't go up and sniff her in junior high school, but you smelled it.
Ooh.
In high school, I didn't smell anything, so I'm assuming by now. I saw it one time after high school. Okay, and I was like college-ish. Yeah, and
that's funny.
And that was it. But
did you smell her?
Nah. I couldn't care less at that point. Like, she was always cool people, so I wasn't even thinking about that when I saw her. Plus, she was with a man and all that.
Okay,
I'm not gonna be like, well, that doesn't mean nothing, because this dude's just dirty too.
Was the man smelly?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not smelling the man.
I mean, look, if you were close enough.
I wasn't that close. I seen her. I was like, oh, what's up? He's passing. We talked for like 30 seconds and
then bounced.
Kept it moving.
Yeah, I would definitely have to.
But I think
I agree with that.
The hygiene thing, I think, is just automatic.
It's non-negotiable.
For 90% of people, hygiene is automatic. Mm-hmm. My second biggest turnoff, though, is a woman that lacks ambition.
Ooh, we did talk about this before. I remember
Right.
we touched on this because you had a situation at one point.
Right.
Not your current situation. Let's make this very clear because
No.
you are engaged. And you said that the girl, you know, she was going through a little rough patch, but then, you know, she kind of started to get comfortable and feel like she didn't really need to do anything. And that's where the turbulence started to.
Right. That's always going to cause problems. For
Right.
me.
Right.
I just don't like it. Like, because I'm a person that I chase. If I got a goal in mind,
Chase a check, never chase a bitch.
If I got a goal in mind and it's something that I want to do,
Chase a bitch.
I'm making every effort to do it. Obviously, we all got things that we do. You may have jobs. You got whatever you do. You have things that are going to cause hurdles.
Right.
And what you need to do.
Right.
But if you have a goal and you want it bad enough in life,
that's fact.
You're gonna do whatever you got to do.
You're gonna find a way
to make that happen. So I just don't like, and it doesn't even. I mean, obviously, I don't like when anybody's like that. Even like having friends around me. I don't like having friends around me that just have no ambition to do anything.
Yeah, that's not.
Your circle says a lot about who you are.
Now, don't turn this into a bad Instagram posting.
I'm just saying, your circle defines.
Well, it's true. The people who you're surrounded with, it does make a difference.
Right. And they say, I forget how the term goes, but it's pretty much, if you take the 5 people that are around you and you average their salary, that's your salary.
I've never heard that.
Think about it.
I've heard, I mean, I get where you're coming from. This to me sounds like an Instagram quote, but
it's true though.
No, but I've heard like if you take the sum of the 5 people around you, that's like kind of your average. For example, one of my best friends who is actually texting me right now, she at one point was like,
tell her stop texting you, trying to be professional.
She said to me, like, one of her friends said, yo, your friends are so ambitious, because it's a group of us from college. You met her. She came through the podcast before. Naisha.
Is that the one with the dreads?
No. Did I have a friend with dreads come by? No. That was a chef. That was no. She came by. She's a teacher.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So she came by and was like, oh, you know, we were talking one day. This is a couple years ago. She was like, look, one of her friends came to her and was like, yo, your friends are like really cool. Like one of them's a doctor. One of them is an engineer. One of them is an anchor. That was me. And one of them is like a lawyer. And 2 are engineers. And they were like, oh, your friends work on TV. My friends work at Cablevision. And I was like, oh God. I like died a little inside. I died because how could you but it's funny, but at this, it was a joke for me. Right. But at the same time,
but that like I said, the people that surround you says a lot about you.
It says a lot about
if you surround yourself with people who are driven and motivated, you will find inspiration out of that. Either that, you're just a lazy person. But it's a common. I mean, I know a lot of dudes like this too, so I don't want to just pin it on females.
Okay.
But in a relationship,
I took it as just general. I didn't think you were just talking about women.
Right. No, but what I was saying in relationship. So obviously, if in a relationship, I'm saying I'm speaking of a woman. Don't even try.
Look, I don't know. I don't want to.
Don't even try to play yourself here. But I can't be with a chick. It just drives me crazy. Like if I see you have so much free time,
and they just not doing anything,
and you don't use your time
right.
to better yourself. Like it's cool to have a job. Like I mean, actually, it's not cool to have a job. But I don't think anybody has a job like, yes, I have a job. The only reason why you have a job is because you have bills to pay. Now, if it's something that you enjoy, then maybe you'll say, I enjoy my job. But if you had the option, you would own that company. And then it wouldn't be a job to you.
Well, then it would be your...
Right. So obviously the mind frame should always be to own.
Right. And not to rent.
And not have to work. Right.
Right.
Own and not rent. But that just drives me crazy to see people have goals, or say they have goals, but just never...
Not do anything to move
I feel like,
that goal
right, because I feel like if you're not trying to better yourself, then
what's the point?
I don't know if I want to be around you.
Right. Especially
if you're young. Because if you don't got that drive in you now,
and we are still young, we're not we're not 2 potatoes sitting here talking.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, especially if you're still young and you don't have the drive in you now, you definitely not gonna have it once you get older. Because the older you get, the less you want to do. You get older, you get tired, you You just don't want to. You start losing interest in things.
That's mad funny.
When you're young, you want to try to do everything.
You want to do it all. So you know what? I think like one of my turnoffs, and it's not nearly as deep as you just came. I'm bringing it a little more ignorant. Chest hair. I fucking hate chest hair. Oh my god, do I hate chest hair?
That's mad random.
Yo, I hate chest hair. Like if we're getting down to it, right? And I've never seen you topless as
Come
a
on
dude.
now,
Like
you know you like a little taco meat.
I hate chest
You like
hair so
you
much.
like when it's curled up.
Oh no, we're getting crazy.
It dripping right in front of you.
Dripping what? Ew.
You're so close.
I hate chest hair so bad. It's not even like I think it's so fucking gross. Like a wee bit. Like the little like tiny straight hairs. Like I can deal with that, but like that has to be like just a layer. Like
you don't like when it looks like corn on the cob.
If we 40-year-old virgined it, right, stripped it off, and it was like a wee layer left, I can live with that. But I cannot with the chest hair.
You don't like corn niblets?
Do you like corn niblets?
Nah.
It's okay. So
I'm not the one that said it though. You said
right, but now I'm asking you: do you like corn niblets? Like,
I don't know any women with chest hair, so
well, then you're already on the right foot.
Actually, I do know one chick with chest hair. When we was in high school, this chick had chest hair, and it freaked me out.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was quite weird.
Damn, what the hell's going on in Queens? What kind of y'all got Flint water over there?
No. First of all, anybody from New York City know that Queens got the baddest chicks, and that's a fact.
That's not true.
That's a fact.
Brooklyn.
Anybody from New York City, you could ask any dude. They could be from Brooklyn, they could be from Queens, Staten Island, the Bronx, Manhattan, wherever. You ask them what borough got the baddest chicks, and it's undeniable. Queens got them.
Queens, I've never even heard such a thing. No one cares about Queens.
If you haven't heard this, because you either A, delusional, or B, you just don't want to admit.
I want to tell you, because we don't want to localize this too much for our listeners elsewhere. But the point of the matter is, if you grew up anywhere outside of Queens, aka civilization, you would know that Queens was only good for two things, and still is: Green Acres Mall and JFK. I ain't even gonna say LaGuardia.
That's how I know you're not. That's why I know you don't know nothing about Queens.
That's how I know.
People from Queens don't even like going to Green Acres Mall.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said that's still up for debate.
So it's not
JFK.
Good for that.
I'm not even gonna say LaGuardia because nobody likes to go out of LaGuardia or come into LaGuardia.
I like LaGuardia better than JFK. JFK is too much going on.
Who are you?
It's too hectic.
I don't even know you anymore.
JFK is hectic.
LaGuardia.
I used to live 5 minutes from JFK. It was hectic. I hate going to JFK.
You still hate going to JFK?
Yeah.
Why?
JFK is good if you're going international.
Yes, duh.
But
well, I haven't really traveled much locally. Like I haven't traveled much in America, but I have
States,
international.
If you go traveling inside the States, JFK is just hectic. I don't like dealing with it.
Really?
LaGuardia just got bad traffic. But once you in the airport, you kind of it's smaller,
yeah,
so you
well,
get through it quicker.
LaGuardia is the size of this room. Like takeoff is where light skin's sitting, so there's that.
Yeah.
It's not really, and he's right there. You can't see it, but he's right in front of us. Anywho, chest hair. What else is a turn off? You know what I don't like? I don't like when guys are like, oh, because I like to go out a lot. I'm gonna go out. I'm not a house cat. I'm not one of those women. I like to be out. I like to, like, if I'm not doing anything, you know, I'm down for the cause. You still ain't pouring me up first, but I see where you at though. Here, crack this.
I didn't even know you about. Listen, look at this.
Well,
bottle.
you didn't
This
know
bottle
what?
Almost finished.
You didn't know what? That I was finished? Here, look.
I don't pay
open
attention
it
to your cup. I'm too focused on mine.
I lie, boy. Mr. Walker said. I lie.
Cup so you don't babysit it.
Babysit what? There
you go.
Your mind. So anyway, I like to be out, and I get invited to many places and things, and I like to go. And I have dealt with cats who are like, oh, who are you talking to there? And oh, you gonna be out with this one and that celebrity. I'm like, ugh, that don't look good on you. Like, if I'm talking to you, then I'm talking to you, right?
Every guy's not built for that.
I'm not a fan of that.
I'm just saying, every guy's not built. You know,
Not
some
a
guys.
fan. That is so off-putting to me.
Some guys' egos are very
That is
sensitive.
so off-putting to me. If you're like, you know what? Oh, have fun. If I invite you and you say I can't come because of X, Y, and Z, work reasons or whatever, that's okay. I get it. But if you're like, oh, no, I don't want to go, and oh, you're gonna be talking to this one now, double ill. Like, my dude.
You know, it all depends. It depends on what that guy
they need a job
is used to
immediately.
No, it just depends on that guy's environment.
House cats. I'm not a house cat.
All right, but you can't knock somebody for that.
I can't knock somebody for being a house cat.
People are only going to be as comfortable with what they are used to.
But you know what I do. You know what my background is.
You're speaking. You're talking with tunnel vision. I mean, you're speaking from a standpoint of having tunnel vision, because you're speaking from you being comfortable in that space. You've been in that space, so that's what you see.
Right.
But if somebody's never been in that space.
But if I'm explaining it to you and I'm like, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm going here. And I'm
just because you explain something to somebody one time, that doesn't mean they're going to get it.
No, it's not.
Sometimes
just
people
one time.
have to.
I've said it several times. Like I said, cats who I've talked to and cats who I've dated, like, oh, what's your problem?
Yeah, so, I mean, some guys just aren't. Some guys can't handle it. Some guys can.
That
it
is
just
so unattractive to me.
Depends on the person.
So turn-offy.
That's why they always say, well, it's a gift and a curse. You try to date people that are in the same field that you're in,
and that's
because then they can relate to you career-wise.
But everything else-wise,
other things
they
may not relate to it. So it's like,
but
you got to take what you can get out of that.
We're in the same industry, so you got to look more blithe than I do, just off the strength because you're a man. And not that you're dating anybody right now.
It's different. It's different for females.
It's different.
It's different for a guy in that field dating a female outside of the field. Cause
no. I'm talking about in the field. Like, when you brought that up, I'm talking about, like, as a woman, I can only date. I never forget it. When I very first started on radio, there was this cat who told me, I never forget it. I was like, I had just started interning. I never, ever, ever forget it. And he was like, yo, you might get 3 guys you could sleep with in this industry that people know. And at the time, I was only in radio. And
he's saying the max is 3.
The max
you can
is
only
if
mess with
I
3.
hit 3, if I can even get to 3.
Right.
He was saying
say
like
2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. His safe number was 2.
Because once you smash 2 dudes, everybody's gonna know.
Everybody knows, but that's the thing. He was like, oh, you can only get to 3, and then you're gonna be labeled a whore at 3 and above. And that's because it depends on what space they're moving in. He's like, if you're going to sleep with anybody, you need to be very, very selective. And I always took that with me. I always, like, to this day, I still take that with me.
Very small.
It's very tiny, and everybody knows everybody. 6 degrees of separation is for everyone in the world.
Because even if you don't know somebody directly,
yeah,
you know somebody that knows them.
But I say that to say 6 degrees of separation is for worldwide.
Right. And
this is more like 1 or 2 in this industry. So that more than likely, I know somebody that, like, think about it. Even with this podcast, mad people didn't know that you and I were doing it, but we all know a lot. We both know a lot of the same people. So
for years,
we've known each other since 2005.
Right, over 10 years.
Yeah,
Time
over
flies.
10 years. That's 12 years. God damn, that's 12 years. So yeah, it's true. Like, that's the way it goes. So, you know, those are 2. What others? What are some of your other turnoffs? I have to think. Ooh, you know what? Guys who don't know the difference between your, and your. I hate that. Like,
you just don't like dumb people.
Yeah, no, just
stupidity
is a turn. Yeah, just if you're dumb, just get away.
Yeah, I don't like a dumb chick. At all. I don't care how crazy your body is. I don't care how good you look. You may be good for one night, but you ain't good for life. And if you dumb, if you a dumb chick, you ain't got a head on your shoulder.
Hey.
No, I mean, if you ain't got a head on your shoulder,
head and shoulder,
then I don't want no parts of you at all. Because to me, that's just a turn off. Like, especially if you're a grown adult. Like, at what point?
At 18, the law considers you. So how much of a lie are you willing to give?
At 18, ain't nobody considering you a grown adult.
So that's my question. How much of a lie are you willing to give? Until what? 21, 24? 25?
By 25,
you should be able to complete a sentence, like,
right,
coherently.
25, your mind should be in a certain space.
Okay.
If you still acting like you 18 and you 25 years old, then there's something wrong. You need to rethink some things.
That's so funny.
And chances are, you need to change the people that are around you.
It goes back to the circle.
That's another thing.
Yes.
I told somebody that's close to me this. I'm not going to put them on blast or who they are. But it's cool to have friends for a long period of time.
Yes.
But if you got the same friends from high school till now, and you like, let's say you're 30, something's wrong. I'm gonna tell you why. It's okay to have one or two. There's always that one person you might have always grown up with.
Right.
But if you got 10 friends and you've been with them since high school, I think there's a lack of growth there.
I don't think so.
I do.
It depends on who you're still friends. Because I have a lot of, on the flip side, right? There are
I'm
many
not saying
people.
every situation.
No, not every situation, but you know, many people say, "Oh, no new friends." You know, that whole Drake thing and all that stuff. But to a point, that is true.
I don't agree with no new friends.
No, I don't agree with that either. But what I say that to say, on the flip side of that, I do have friends who I've been friends with since I was 12, and they are my closest friends.
I have some friends that I've known since elementary school,
since Staten and Boppin',
but I don't hang out with them every day.
No, I don't hang out with.
We speak here and there,
right?
Like we still cool. If I see them, it's love, like
right.
But I'm not. I'm an adult.
Right.
I got responsibilities.
Right.
I got a bunch of other stuff I'm doing. I don't got time to be hanging out with.
No one's hanging out with Pookie and Darnell every day. No one's doing that.
Some people do.
Some people do, but my point is, like, my friends who I'm still friends with from junior high and high school. Keep in mind, I went to private school, so I don't know about y'all public school kids. But
we don't like private school kids.
Okay, we don't like public school kids.
Public school kids rule the world. Just know, we make the world go round.
Pew. So you know, only defense you have is Barack, and that's it, right? That's it.
Barack went to public school.
Probably.
You don't even know. You just made that up.
I did.
He went to Harvard. He probably went to private school.
Okay, so public school is not Harvard. Fucking PS Harvard.
I'm just saying, if you went to Harvard, you probably went to public school. You probably went to private school.
Not necessarily, but
of course, I'm sure there's some people that went to Harvard from public, but it's usually.
But I say that to say, like, my friends from those moments, like, I have two very, like, best friends who, like, they're my very best friends. And they are both from junior high school. And then I have friends from my high school age who I didn't go to high school with. But we used to be closer. Obviously, now we're adults, and some of us have kids. Some of us don't. Some of us are in relationships. Some of us aren't. And we move in different. Knock it right off. It's not the case. How many times I gotta tell you? It's like you don't even listen. You finished or you done?
Desert storm.
It's not
in full effect.
Oh my God, it's not. It's not. But you know, it differs. It depends. Some of the people I don't speak to. Some of the people they still speak to, and I never spoke to. Whatever the combination may be, whatever the combination to that lock. I mean, I'm good on the shit, but I think that if you have friends who you've been down with for a very long time, that those are your lifelong friends. You tend to make lifelong friends, like in college. Like I have a group of friends who are from college who we are so close, you know, and that's cool, and that's college, but. You know, are they here? Are they here? Do you see?
I don't know. But
oh my God.
Let's stay on track.
You looking at? I don't know. We get a little worried. I don't see their drummings around. I don't know.
It's crazy.
I don't know what the climate is. So, the point in me saying that is, you know, I ain't really sure, but I kind of disagree with you on that. That it doesn't necessarily not signify growth. It could signify growth in that the people who you're growing with, you should grow with, right?
If you have the same friends from high school, whatever, that age or whatever, and you're like 30 now, and nobody in your crew is really doing anything other than just, you know, like standard stuff. Nobody's like really trying to excel.
What is standard? Define standard.
I don't know. I mean, like, I don't knock nobody for what they make, but let's just say you make like $30,000 a year, and you're 30. And your whole crew is making like around that. You probably need to start branching out and meeting other people.
Facts.
Because you should have passed that threshold a long time ago. Now, granted, some people go through things. Some
That's
people,
true.
life happens.
Life happens
So everybody can't make
sometimes.
good money all the time.
Right.
But
Now
that's not an
out.
just because you're not making good money, that's not an excuse for you to not try to make better money or try to do better for yourself.
On this, I feel you.
People hang out with the same friends, and I feel like that stagnates you. Like that keeps you. You're so much in your comfort zone that you usually don't try to do too much because everything around you is still the same.
A comfort zone can be a very dangerous thing.
It's the most dangerous thing. I tell people all the time, don't get comfortable.
Like it's so crazy because I am now exposed to many people who are of different ages, different walks of life, everything is different. So it's kind of like you're being on the train. Right? If you get on a train here in New York City, you know that it's a big ass toss up. Just like if you go to public school, you could be going to school with Ben Stiller's kid. You could be going to school with some crackhead's kids from down the street. You don't know who's who until you speak to them. So I've been exposed to that very recently, and I'm just like, wow, like you can be 56 and still trying to figure this out. You know, I've been exposed to cats who are 40 who are still trying to figure out how to talk to a woman. Like, how dare you come to me fierce? That's a different podcast. But like there's no linear, and I think I personally struggle with that. Like I think that there's this like kind of linear, like, you know, you do this and then you get this. And so that is my personal like, okay, I gotta kind of get out of that. Like obviously that's not the case, right? But you know, things happen, life happens. Life has happened to me hard, and you know, it happens to some people harder than others.
So everybody at some point hits a wall. Hopefully, if you haven't hit that wall,
and I'm not talking about your wall. I want to make it clear. I'm not talking about the $30,000 wall. I'm not talking about that. I ain't knocking either, but I ain't talking about that.
People have hit harder walls where they just lose their jobs. They go through hard times, and tough. Then you just gotta kind of build your way back up.
Gotta bounce back.
That happens, but it all goes back to that lack of ambition. It all goes back to that lack of ambition thing that I was saying earlier. The lack of ambition usually comes from being comfortable.
Right.
If your circle of friends, if everything is always the same for you every day, if you speak to the same people every day, your friends treat you the same way every day, everything's the same, there's usually no reason for people to move on and to change and to move forward.
Right.
Because things are so comfortable for them that they just like being in that space.
Who they are, where they are, what they are, and all that.
And a lot of times people are afraid to make those moves forward because they might be afraid that they might fail.
Right.
You can't be afraid of failure because failure happens. And sometimes failure is the best thing for you.
Sometimes you got to get back up. You got to get back up every time. Sorry, can you hear that? No, it's the aux cord.
Every week you do this.
I was Instagramming.
Every week.
Not every week am I attached to the aux cord.
No, but
every week am I attached to the aux cord. You do something
from Snapchat or Instagram or whatever, and then it plays right after you record it because you never put your phone on vibrate.
Oh my God, wait.
Every week you do
I don't even know if
you can listen to every episode and you'll hear your phone do that at least once.
Yeah.
It's like, put your phone on vibrate.
No. It's real. No, because you know, does your phone like take the...
my phone, you've never heard my phone do that one time.
No, but I'm asking you, when you put your phone and you do your little snaps, what you do
you never hear it.
Yeah, but if I don't put my phone on like off vibrate, it will not take the snap sound. So I have to take my phone off vibrate. I also have iPhone 6. Like,
no, that's nothing to do with it.
Is there a setting I don't know about?
It's probably a setting. We'll have to look at that later.
Can you nerd it out for me and just do it?
Yeah, we'll take care of that after this. But
Light Skin giving us the wrap up signal.
We got a few minutes.
Especially they like you. I don't know how they feel about me.
Especially when he was in here doing whatever he was
looking
doing.
At the Muppets.
Watching
porn.
Sesame Street. Grown man watching Sesame Street.
I've never seen Muppet porn in my life.
Yeah, I don't know. He's a little weird. It's a little awkward.
We love you, Light Skin.
But yeah, man, that lack of ambition is a problem.
Look, he put a big ass clock up for us. Look at that. You see that?
Yeah,
Look, he got the second hand on it.
Let's not waste a little bit of time.
No, I know, but shit.
You getting sidetracked.
No, I ain't getting sidetracked. What's up?
I'm just saying that the lack of ambition, as we come to a conclusion to this, people need to not let themselves get comfortable.
That's true.
Because once you have gotten to the point where you feel comfortable, you have already failed.
Danger.
You failed.
Danger.
When you get comfortable, you fail.
That's true.
Everything I've ever done, and I ain't got to say what I've done.
He's like, I've never failed.
No, I failed. I failed. But everything I've ever done, as soon as I accomplished that goal, I never even took the time to sit there and celebrate or get excited about the fact that I accomplished the goal.
Okay.
My mind was already conditioned to move to the next one.
But doesn't that get exhausting?
No, because I am just against complacency.
Okay.
I don't think about it. It's not like I'm thinking like, oh man, I didn't take time to celebrate what I did. It's on to the next thing.
On to the next.
You see, it's crazy to me. I see people like on Instagram or whatever. You know that it's all a facade on Instagram.
Lord, I love
for most of these people.
I love Instagram.
But I see so many people.
I love the gram. I love the gram.
They'll do something basic and they be mad hype. And then
like
that's
what?
it.
Wait, like what?
I don't know.
No, go ahead. You do know because you said it, so you know what's basic.
Like I see people. I can't even think of an example right now, but I'll just say something like, I'll see people take a flight to Miami, right? And I go to Miami all the time, so I'm not
every weekend,
right? So I'm not knocking anybody that goes there.
I've never been to Miami,
but when I go there, I'm just there.
Just
like
changing flights.
I'm not no, I'm there. Like I hang out.
No, I'm saying I've just changed flights.
I'm not
and I had
there
a bad
acting like
so
I've seen the world. I have seen a lot of the world, but I'm not acting like this is the greatest thing ever. I see people go there and act like they hit the lotto. I see people acting like they hit the lotto. But
eek.
If your goals are so low and your standards are, like if you don't set your aspirations higher, then you're gonna be stuck right in the same place that you've always been.
Eek.
And you'll just watch everybody moving past you.
On that note, we gotta wrap it right. This was kind of like the motivational episode.
Yeah,
I don't usually like to be this conscious. But
I know we're waiting for D to come back. We'll
so we
bring
can be
the
our
ratchet
ignorant
back.
selves.
But we have to drop the truth for some people too.
We did. We
need to
took
hear
on
this.
your role, D. We like to be ignorant as hell, but you know what? Whatever. What's your social media, baby?
At Justo Smooth, JUSTSO Smooth. Justo Smooth. And that's with a TH, not a V for you ghetto Negroes that don't know how to spell.
Queens, that's who can't spell.
Shout out to Queens one time for the borough.
Pew. And at D Got Music, Miss Danielle, she
got
in
D.
here. There
Where
it
you
is.
at?
Waiting for that. And I am at Miss Officer, MS Officer.
And we out of here. The comment section. What is this? Episode 19?
19. Don't nobody want to do nothing with us.
Stamped and completed.
We
We out this piece.
Peace.
Holla at your guala.